Hello and welcome, my name is Tobal, and we're back with another X4 Foundations video, and if you notice, we're on version 1.5. This is a big jump in the patch versioning, and there's a lot of stuff that's changed. Unfortunately, last episode, episode 22, I did record some content for episode 23. Unfortunately, I was unable to recover that due to some mess up on my part, so I think I can give you a quick rundown. I didn't do a whole lot other than run around like a chicken with my head cut off, but we're still at our station. This is actually our station that we have been working with the last couple of episodes. We have finished, we were able to get the manager on board and signed up and ready to go. And if I pull up the factory, we've kind of worked out how to get everything going and into production. So we do have our silicon wafer production on top. It's actually still being constructed right now, so we're about 6 minutes away from having the silicon wafer part. But that's where we can basically have raw silicon turned into silicon wafers, which are then used as part of the smart chip production, which is our final thing that we want to sell. So I just explored some of this logical overview tree, and I'll take another look at it later on once the silicon wafer is finished up. So a couple other things have changed in the 1.5 patch notes. Now, apparently there's some kind of weird online mode where you're able to...
Can I help?
I don't
Goodbye.
quite know how that's going to work yet. You can basically assign your...
Can I help?
Nope, not there either. You can assign your people to work in some kind of venture mode, which lets them go to some other player's world, basically. You can have your... I don't know if it's friends only, but you can have them go into a different parallel universe, so to speak, so into your friend's game, and they'll show up as this, I think it's a yellow icon, but they'll show up as a, just kind of a venture, just another company, so it gives a little bit of life to your world, especially if you're having people from other, other custom companies, like somebody else might see our Panda Express hauler, while we might see, their random company's frigate. Also, with this update is one of my favorite additions back to the game.
Jump gate.
Betty's back.
Accelerator. Sectimeter. Cerberus.
I'm so excited. So Betty's the voice of the game, for the computer voice, for a long time.
Asteroid.
So Betty's back. They did. I'll give you the option to turn her on or off, so you can keep that turned off if you would prefer. Lots of fixes to behaviors I've seen in this. I mean, this patch log, I've got it open in another window, and it's taller than the entire window. There's quite a lot of stuff going on. The laser towers deployed by the AI are a little bit better at tracking their targets. That might be mounted weapons or turrets in general. They also have fixed some of the AI behavior for enemy ships, so we might have a little bit tougher combat, which is going to be kind of exciting. And it does seem like they are working on beefing up the AI a little bit in terms of the combat, the global warfare. They're starting to make better choices as well. Let's zoom over here real quick to have some fun. Who are you attacking? You're just taking on this station one-on-one? Well, it's maybe not the best idea in the world, but we can get a little bit stuck in here. Last episode, I also did change weapons around a bit. I did install a... Oh, I don't remember what this is called. It's the equivalent of a Gatling gun, I think, basically, or some kind of projectile weapon. This is going to do a little bit more damage than Hull's would. We also have a plasma thrower, I think is what it is, but the plasma thrower is very hard to aim. It's really a lot better when you're fighting big capital ships. So I might change that down the road, or... Well, I don't know. There's lots of options we can do. We actually can probably upgrade to more of a destroyer building. Oh, they're inside the asteroid, of course, and attacking us, because that makes perfect sense. So we'll flip end over end here. And we'll try to get back into the fight here just a bit. Maybe I can hit them with everything if they're coming on, straight on. I might be able to get a lucky shot. I don't think so. It is really hard to aim the pulse cannon, though. We'll go back to just our first level gun. So yeah, there's a lot of changes in the game. The last episode you saw, we were kind of running around trying to get some things figured out for our station and to deal with some of these new threats that we're seeing, but hopefully with the 1.5 we really start to see the X universe shine. I will also tell you that if you are interested in mods, this is a great time to get on the Nexus Mods, the website Nexus Mods, to check out some of the up-and-coming mods for X4. There is a mod already in place for a global trader, I think, kind of like a galaxy trader. That the one from X3, the same mechanics basically from X3, have been brought back to X4. There is a mode to make it simpler or harder, so you can basically lift the fog of war in all of the sectors, and your pilot would act as though they know every single trader route, or they'll work with the existing data that you have been providing them, like through satellites. Look how busy this system is right now. I mean, this is a lively little system. We've got some Xenon raiding parties. They're raiding over here. I really need to start thinking about getting... Now, I don't know if the behavior has changed for your escorts or anything like that, but we might have to look at start looking at getting our escorts all settled into protecting our convoys as well. Where are we? Where's our station? Right behind me, right? Somewhere. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Are we being attacked by anyone? I don't think so. So what's going on in our world? Now I think it tells you your overall net worth. It does. So your ships, your stations, your cash, everything like that. So we're actually worth 14 million. That's how much money we have hired, or sorry, we have built up. Here's your hiring information. I got my words mixed up there. So our Panda Express Empire is doing okay. Nothing too amazing to write home about. I hear combat music. I think that's just because we're near combat, not necessarily that we're under attack. What's a P? I've never seen a raiding. Is this a bigger ship, like a destroyer? It is, I think. I can use my... Kind of aims off to the side. I have to remember that. Oh! Ow, that was a lot scarier than it wound up being. We did hit them a couple times with the pulse cannon, though. What is... I guess it does kind of... It seems to try to track the enemy. There we go. Let's get behind them, and we shouldn't be able to miss with this close. They're overheating. Let's get both guns attacking at the same time.
Great work.
Nice. Getting a little bit of faction and a little bit of reward from fighting off the Xenon threat.
P.
Where's that P at? Another one? Hey, this is the first time I think I've been really enjoying the combat again. It seems like the... I don't know about this, you know, this is a bigger ship, obviously, so it's a little bit harder to nail down, but it's starting to feel fun again. Try to dodge his turrets. I think he's kind of like a destroyer level, kind of like we've seen in some of the other ships, which I was wanting to look into fairly soon, was looking at getting some of these really nice-looking destroyers. Not quite as big as our big... I need to get my names right. I might be calling a frigate a destroyer and vice versa. Basically something that's, you know, something that had like 6 turrets and a couple of spinal mounts or straight-on mounts. But nothing quite as big as the massive Pone that we have. The Pone should suffice and be on its own for quite a while, but I want to have like a kind of a faster, bigger than just a fighter kind of a ship. I like the movement it's trying to have there. It's trying to be pretty slick here. Not quite as good dogfighting as the as like something like Elite Dangerous, you know, but it's not too bad. Cool, a little bit more faction, a little bit more money, and we'll leave that M to its own devices for the moment. So let's head back. Hey, are you? Ooh, wait a minute. You're awfully close to our ship. Oh, those are a lot of containers. Holy cow. They must have popped a trader over here. Hope it wasn't our trader. Trader Alpha Beta Charlie. No, we're all set there. Maybe a little bit nervous. Now you've got full health and full armor there. Or full shields. So, where are we? What do we want to do? Let's get ourselves organized. Let's go back over to our station. I was kind of messing around there for a few minutes. Oh, here's another Xenon P coming out of nowhere. Okay, let's go back to our station real quick. Okay, so how are we doing on the construction of that module up top? Are you done with that, or Are you still building it? You're done with it. Okay, so our production should be live and all ready to go. If we look at the complete chain of logic here, we are making energy cells by themselves. We are using energy cells and raw silicon to make silicon wafers. So this is how you tell where the energy is going. It's being used in silicon wafers. It's then being used for the silicon wafers to be produced into smart chips. So each of these stacks, this part here, is kind of a module that makes something. So this is the silicon wafer production. This is the smart chip production. So, or maybe it's just separates it out, each column. Maybe this is smart chip production. Who knows? Either way, we now need raw silicon. I don't really want to have a buy order, though. That's what bothers me, is it doesn't let you stop the orders for buy, or the basically setting buy orders. I'm going to make a really cheap buy order. And what I want to try to explore is, can we assign our drillers, who are hanging out all right here, I think, can we now have them mine for the station and actually have a proper job? That's what I want to know. What was that sound? That was crazy. So there goes our driller. You have an order of some sort. Is the command to literally get up and then dock again? Because that's going to make me quite amused. Okay, right on. More power to you. Let's take a look and see if we can see what their overall orders are here. Okay, let's undo dock and wait. We haven't assigned them to the new commander yet. They have not been assigned yet. So we have to wait for that command to take place, and then they will be under the orders of, or maybe they are. Oh, wait, did this just do it? I think it did it. All of a sudden now it's on default behavior auto mine, and it's auto mining silicon. I think this is exactly what we wanted to have happen here. The miners are going out and looking for silicon, and they're going to go try to fill up the storage in order for our station to have enough to make those, let's see, logical overview, to have enough to make the silicon wafers. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool to see this all happening. So we need about, we can store 7,000 of this because we have one solid storage container. We're offering a really cheap buy order. I want to discourage any traders from selling us their own silicon. I want to get the silicon raw ourselves because that's the cheapest way to do it. It's free. So that way, if we're selling smart chips, and we're selling smart chips at 193 credits, we're making a 193 credit off each one of these. So this is set to, the sell offers are automatically created and automatically adjusted. We have at some point bought silicon wafers on our own, so I wanted to, that's funny, silicon wafers sell higher than smart chips, but that's fine. I have unchecked the automatic buy order, so again, we're setting the lowest buy offer possible to discourage us from buying from anyone else. We want to make our own stuff. So why don't we do this? Let's see if we can assign all of our miners to the station with the mining for role. I don't know how many miners you really need to meet the demands of our station yet. Like that sound effect. That's pretty cool. I'm so happy to hear. I'm so happy to hear Betty back.
Refined goods complex.
I really enjoyed. That was something from the old series that was just it was so familiar that I'm so glad it's back. Okay, so our traders are trading. Sorry, our miners are mining. Our traders are actively... Do you all have the normal trade behavior? I think you do. Now, we could probably even assign a trader to our station, but I think I'd rather have people come to us and buy our goods rather than have us running around trying to take our goods out in the world. I'd rather just have traders come to us. So I can only fit small... Now, look at how many docks I've got. I really do have I don't have that much docking space right now. So we might want to look at expanding our base down the road and adding some more docking room, because at the moment we've only got one medium dock. We could also look at, I think, getting something like this, which is, I think it's just more space. It's got 3, I think this is for big ships. These are for the extra large, and extra large ships. So I guess this would be useful for bulk traders. I don't know if we have enough wares to interest bulk traders yet, but we could do another Can we do it like right off the side of it? We could. We could stack like 2 or 3 of these right next to each other and have a bunch of basic docks. Although I think I'm going to split them across. I'm going to have something like extend this out, and then add another dock over here. And maybe we'll come off the base here too. Place, again, shift right clicking to snap it into place. Does it not let you just copy? It's mildly annoying. We'll have this come over, click here, and then again this, and it snaps into place. So I can probably remove this. So these could be 2 more docks added in. Now we still can go up, we still can go vertical or down. We can go higher or lower in our expansion of our station. I don't know how complex we want our stations to be either. I don't know if we want to just stick with one small production until we get a better handle on it, or do we want to have one mega ultra amazing station, and if we do, we're going to have to unlock a lot more modules. This would cost us only just under $1 million if we were to give them the funds needed to expand the station. So right now I'm going to keep this job. I'm not going to do much with it. I'm going to confirm the module changes. I don't think we have enough money to do anything with this at the moment because a lot of our money is tied up in trades, and our traders have not had a lot to work with the last couple of episodes because we stole a lot of the money to, I think, do some repairs on the phone and also expanding some of the guns on there. There's a lot of chatter on the radio. But that might become something that we notice that we need more of, is a lot more docking stations as we go. Awesome. So where are we at? We've got most of our ships are currently docked with the Pwn. Our extra ships. I think the Pwn is docked at Argon Prime. Yep, at the shipyard. It is. I think it's full. It's fully repaired. We just didn't have much on it other than these tracking turrets, which we weren't able to figure out how they worked. I still think that it might be subordinates that handle that, the attacking of it. But I haven't seen much else. We also wound up, in the interim, I don't know if I showed this last video, I don't think I did. I did accept some missions for Argon versus the Holy Order. Because I thought, well, since the war had already started, why not start getting stuck in with the storyline missions on that side? So we are, in fact, working with the Argon Federation at war, or some targeted events here with the other faction. This mission was the first one we had. It was basically that you have to seize a Holy Order ship, which was a little bit unrealistic because it was the equivalent of the Pwn here. And before I keep getting my terms mixed up, I'm going to do this. Let's go into... Of course, let's go to this encyclopedia, ships, combat ships, carriers and destroyers. Okay. So it is a destroyer. I keep using the term frigate, and it's not that. So destroyer is what we have. It's so active on the voice commands right now. It's pretty fun to listen to all that. Yeah, I think we have a Vanguard. Does that sound right? A Vanguard destroyer. Okay, let's take a look at one of the shipyards. I wanted to take a look at what ships to aim for next. Like, what did I want to go in for ourselves? I just gave somebody a random order to go out in the middle of nowhere. Holy cow, what is that crazy radio? I mean, it does make the world feel more alive. I might turn that down just a bit because it is kind of loud. Let's turn voice down just a notch or two. And by the way, I hope the quality's a little better this episode. I'm using a different method of recording. I am using the NVIDIA built-in shadow play recording because OBS, for whatever reason, when I was moving around, it had a lot of pixelation, especially around the cursor, but you'd see a lot of it was like the bitrate never was high enough. No matter what I set it to, it could never record at the same level that the shadow play does. So hopefully a lot of those issues have been resolved. So let's go back to Argon Prime. Let's take a look at the wharf for the moment. I don't think this had what I was wanting to look at. Maybe it did. No, this just has fighters. So let's go to the shipyard. I wanted to look at what we can try to get down the road is something like this. Like this smaller destroyer than the one we have, or Where's the bomber? Did I see the bomber? Was that an extra large ship? Who had the bomber?
Was that shot some kind of joke?
Maybe I'm just losing my mind here. Maybe it was at the wharf and I just completely ignored it. Oh, here's the bomber. Here's the frigate. Okay. This is what I was kind of thinking of. Something that has... Yeah, because we're in a small ship. That's right. We're in a bunch of... we're in these kind of heavy fighters here. I was wanting to look at the medium-sized frigate. And... because this one has... I think it had like 6 turrets on it. What are we looking at here? Yeah, 1, 2... It's got quite a few things on here that we could wind up using. 2 main guns, I think, and then 4 turrets on this one. The bomber, though, has a really nice like side-on turrets here, and then 2 main turrets or 2 main hard points in the front. So that could be a really nice strafing vessel to kind of run through an attack and then go underneath it, so all of your guns could fire upwards at the same time. That might be something we look into. I did like how fast the Cerebus Vanguard was moving. I think we've encountered one of these before, and it does have some small ship capacity, so we could carry one ship with us that was kind of a fast reaction ship, either to be our escort or maybe a ship that we use to explore other areas. So I think I'd like to look at maybe getting this ship down the road. It's only 1.3 off the bat. If we look at the load preset, it's 1.8 to fit it out. That's not horrible by any means. That's something we can do. I just think we have to give our traders a little more time to build up their stockpile and a little bit more time for our station to start making some money, because right now it's what are you guys doing? Your driller, are you waiting to land? Maybe we might have to expand the dock sooner than later. What's Charlie doing? What you up to, Charlie? Okay, you are actually waiting to trade, but I think a lot of people are waiting to trade though. Ooh, I'll tell you what, let's go find a bigger dock and try to steal that blueprint, because we're going to need bigger docking modules, so I don't want to pay for it, of course. Let's just go anywhere. Ooh, what's all this going on?
Cerberus, Behemoth, Vanguard. Defense drone. Behemoth, Vanguard.
This is the destroyer. This is the equivalent in weapons that we have. We have a parented ship. I think this is the Argon version of the same ship. What are you guys fighting down here? Just a random defense drone? Okay, whatever works for you. Let's try going over to a station. I love having Betty back. It makes... I think that's what the game was missing. I really was just missing Betty.
Missile component factory.
Okay, I want to find the I think I want to find the dock that you fly into, is what I'm looking for. They may only have those though at the Argon. No, this is a bigger one. Yeah, this is like a oh wow, this thing's been beat to shit. What happened here? Is this... Yeah, it's down to 90% hull. Wow, maybe the aggression is too high in the world right now. That's crazy. Well, either way, we should be able to see if we can scan around. This is like a I think this had landing at the ends here, like 1, 2, maybe 3 on either end, and then it had 1 or 2. Or is this the same one as we got? Hang on, I can find that out by going to the map. Docking module 1M6 standard. Oh, this is the 1M6 standard. Oh, fair enough. Illegal cargo. Do we have illegal cargo? We might actually have that. Gotta go. Bye. Okay, we'll head out of here. Let's go to let's go to the big stations. Probably in the Argon capital. In Argon Prime, we'll go take a look at that. What do I have that's illegal? Such a hot mess sometimes to figure out. Ooh. Let's go this way.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Maybe it's what we have on our own individual equipment or inventory.
Argon Wharf.
I'll get out here. Let's take a look at the Argon Wharf and see if we can't find this module that lets us fly right into it. I think it's this one over here on the left. I mean, how many do most stations have? Maybe I should not be looking at this. Maybe I should be looking at an actual, like, a trading station.
Factory.
So this is a microchip factory. Okay, well, how many docks do you have? You've got the big docks. This long one here, this truss here, is, I think this is like for really, really big ships. Okay, so you could, oops, slow down here. This is for big
Order
ships.
completed.
I'm curious if I can just do a quick pass on this. Do I hear anything?
We've detected contraband. Release your contraband immediately. Releasing cargo now. Smart move. Don't let us get...
I'm gonna just fly close and see if I can hear it. I don't hear anything, and I don't see anything either. Okay, so I didn't catch anything on this first pass of this larger. I think this is a larger docking truss. I'll pull it up in the map here in just a second to see. And we'll go along the back way. I don't see anything again, and nothing on the interior either. Okay, so what do you actually have for docking? You've got this big dock over here. This is the one. I think this is the 1M6S dock that we have on our station. Yeah, 3 on either end, 1 central docking platform for the big ships. Is that enough for you? Are you just able to deal with that few? Yeah, it's got the 3 dock E pier, and then it's got the 1M6S luxury dock area. So I'm guessing this is good enough for this station. I just thought, you know, because it seemed like we were going to have, now we are trading more than one thing. I just don't know. Maybe it's because we have more ships doing our mining for us. It seems like it's not going to be enough. And I forget, we actually can make our stations really sprawl out there. I mean, we can have these things go way out. Is this a smart chip factory right here? I'm starting to recognize some of these by sight, because this looks very similar to what we just built. Build modules. You have a fabrication bay, storage. These must be habitats that I'm looking at, maybe. No, they're not. What is that?
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
What is this spire that I'm flying next to? Oh, it's an administrative center. Okay. That's what that was. Fair enough. So let's take a look at this dock again. This dock is what I was talking about. This has like 4? Is it one of these circles per thing? Is this 6? And then a crap ton of smalls. This might be too big for us, especially in terms of cost. But maybe down the road, if we are making, if we make a mega station, and we really need to, have a lot of people dock at the same time, maybe this is what we should be going for. For the moment, I think the best bet would be to maybe extend the tress or trellis or whatever you might want to call it on the opposite direction, and just see if we can add 1 more dock to the entire party. Yeah, that way we could fit some more of our ships as they come in and out. Right, do I hear anything if I come up close to the edges here?
Docking granted.
Okay, not really. Okay, so I'm just guessing I don't see any of those modules. I don't think I could afford this type of dock anyways. So let's go back to our station. Let's go to plan build. And what did I change? Let's just go ahead and kill these modules. I actually didn't even add a dock there. I added an extra trellis. Okay, so let's add 1 more small dock. What about the 3 dock T? Was that going to be important? Should we look at maybe doing that down the road? Most of those stations did have that's actually kind of nice. I like how that looks. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, now I broke everything. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of not bad. It sticks out good and far enough away from the station that it's not really bothering much, and it's pretty far down here in the station height. I kind of don't mind that. How much would this cost us? Oh, that's pushing up to 4 million. It must be this dock pier that's costing us that much. It was only at like less than 900. Let's remove this Yeah, sure enough, it comes way cheaper. Do we have enough money to give for construction? We do actually have enough to do construction. Let's confirm this order. We have to, again, rent another builder, which I can see why that's such a costly thing to do. You're doing 50,000 credits every time you hire a builder. You're already in use. Yeah, so I guess if we actually really try to expand our empire, we need to look at maybe hiring our own mammoth. Okay, good enough. We'll get an Argon ship. Confirm that 50,000 credits later, and we should now have another dock in production. Yep. Do we have enough money? We do. And so buy orders should start coming up. And configure buy offers. Can I just like bring this down just to save a little bit of money? Yeah, I mean, we don't have to pay 100%. Maybe let's just say we're willing to pay 94% of the average. It might take a little bit longer, but someone's going to bring us resources. There's already people reserving some of these as well. Cool. That's great. What else is going on with us? Our traders are still trading. I might look at it between this video and the next video. I might actually look at some of the mods. I've not been paying attention to too much in terms of the modding scene. But maybe I should. Maybe I should see what's out there, and if there's anything that'd be interesting for us to get. Maybe that, because you know the station trading or the global trader would be really nice if it has a better AI than what we've been dealing with. That would be kind of a nice change. I still think our guys are doing okay in terms of making the right decisions, but perhaps it could be more efficient. Okay, so we're heading back into second contact. Our traders are, I guess our miners are mining still.
Entering system. Second contact.
I wonder if I can see. Now that's another thing I don't know. What happens when we're making money? Does our station send us the money? I think our station keeps the money though. I think it keeps whatever profits it's making, and then we manually have to go and get the funds pulled back. Let's dock just to be safe. I don't want to accidentally get hit by something and blow up in the middle of nowhere. I'm also going to do a quick save because I have had some crashing issues in the past, and I want to make sure that's not a problem right now. Alrighty. Just swing on in here. That's right, #1 slot. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess the traffic's not even that bad. Maybe I didn't really need another dock, but you know what? We'll have it in case we continue to expand this station out. I don't know if this is going to be a huge moneymaker for us, but I like the idea of at least having our first smart ship / silicon wafer factory. What are you making? How much do you have? We've got 914 silicon. You need 4,800 silicon to do one cycle. That's going to be a lot of silicon, actually. Wow, maybe we will need... hey, look, it's got the wear reservations. It actually tells us that Alpha and Delta are coming to land and provide us with more silicon. And it's red because this cycle here is not happening. Oh, that's awesome. We can see one of our ships landing right there. It's one of the Panda Express ships. We saw the logo. So, the other thing here, workers. What was that about? It's grayed out. I think I might even take I don't know if I'll take a break to do it. I really want to look up workers and make sure we're not missing something when it comes to workers. We are automatically selling and buying. What about, can we see how we've done profit-wise? Management accounts. We've been going negative in our accounts. I don't know if we've been making too many trades. Trade offers, trade prices. Silicon wafers. Buy and sell. I think this is part of the automatic pricing. Like, the game is pricing these out differently. Trade offer amounts. Maybe this is how much we have to sell. So our amount to sell has been steadily going up, so that means we're not selling. I guess I just don't know quite how to read these just yet. Management accounts, I think, is where you're going to see how you're doing profit-wise, because this is your overall station value. And so you're also balancing your buy orders along with making money from your sell orders.
I can give you more.
Yeah, I might actually...
Done for.
How much do we sell? Silicon wafers go for 269. Sorry, 316. Smart chips go for 207. But we don't need... We produce 2,400 silicon wafers per cycle. We need only 120 silicon wafers per cycle of the smart chips. So really, we're going to have the silicon wafer is going to be, the silicon is going to be our bottleneck here. Because we need a lot of silicon, raw silicon, in order to make our own silicon wafers. So we're going to have to mix up buying with providing our own silicon that we got from our traders. Or we wind up getting bigger trading ships. Sorry, bigger mining ships. But I kind of get, it's making a little bit more sense now. So our traders are still coming in and dropping stuff off, though. We shouldn't be selling this, right? No, we're only buying. Yeah, so I will increase the amount that we buy from, because we're going to need more in order to make silicon wafers. I think it's just that it's not exactly a 1-to-1 ratio on the value. So if I'm paying 120 credits per unit of silicon, that's not exactly a good way to see your profit, because it winds up being, 1 unit of silicon is worth a lot, because if we do 1 batch of silicon wafers, we're making enough to pump through quite a few smart chips. And I think our smart chip is just constantly working. Efficiency due to workforce, 99%. Okay, so I guess we don't have anything that requires a workforce. Maybe that's it. We don't need any workers because everything is automated. We're 99% efficient. We don't have we have 0 out of 0 workers, so I'm guessing we just don't need anyone yet. Sort of makes sense. Why are we going down on silicon? There we go. We just got a bunch delivered. Are we selling to our own traders, though? Did I just notice that? Are we actually paying our traders to do stuff? No, because it's... Yeah, all trade operations completed. Drill alpha. It's good. That's what it should be. That's fine. That's where we want to be. I want to make sure that we're not paying our own traders. They should just be working, or sorry, our miners. They should just be working for our station. But this is starting to make more sense now, right? We're starting to see the efficiency. Do we need to have more cargo drones? Is that even a thing? I don't think it is. We need, again, 4,800 silicon to do 1 batch of silicon wafers, which will make us 2,400 silicon wafers, which we may not even have enough space for, really, in the container storage. Is it 1 thing per container? And we only have 2 containers. Storage levels. Oh, that's right. We have a ton of energy cells that are taking up space, too. Maybe we should... Oh, we are selling... Why don't we sell them on the cheap? Let's sell energy cells cheap, so we can kind of reduce the amount of space taken up by those. Let me go and see how many storage units do we have here. I think we only have 2, right? Let's go to a different view to see this. Let's go storage modules. We have 2 storage modules. We have a solid for the raw silicon, and we have a container storage. Our container storage, we might need another container storage as well, because it looked like we're kind of filling up just a bit. This is solid, this is medium, so we could probably stick another medium storage container on the other side here. Yeah, that's where I want that. That's fine. Let's do that. Confirm. Let's go back into it, because sometimes I just like to... I love the sound effects that are happening in the background here. We need a little bit more money, probably. Ugh, that's going to be a lot of money in order to build that extra storage area. Hopefully they'll finish our first sections first. Gosh, now I don't even want to have this other dock. Just look how busy it is right now. This is kind of cool. I'm going to get out of the ship. And we've got ship docking and taking off every couple minutes here, so that's pretty impressive. Oh wow, you just flew up on there, didn't you? It's so cool to see this and realize that it's your station. That is our miner taking off right there. And hitting the station, it looked like. So that's fine. Yeah, that would be our miner, wouldn't it? Okay, well that's really exciting. Let's go back inside. Hello, random person. What else do we got going on here? I think we need to start saving some money, though. Ooh, I am pushing it. I am pushing our traders into a corner because they don't have a lot of money to work with. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take away all the money we have that's available for construction. Give it back to us. Second, I'm going to manage the funds. I'm going to pull money out of the station. I'm going to take all of her money and give it back to us. The station cannot do any buy orders right now. Got it. That's fine. We should. It'll just take us some time. We'll have to make our own silicon. Actually, this would be a great way to see how much money we make. Because if we leave her with no money right now, if we've taken away all of her money... Wait, where's all the money? You still have 303K, I guess, on in your station account? That's really weird. Maybe it takes a second to tick over. I think I just took all the money away. Either way, it'll be a nice point to see how she goes from here. Like, how does she make more money? Does she wind up, you know, losing money? She shouldn't buy anything, right? Because we've taken away the income source. But we'll have to just keep waiting until we build up enough silicon here. Okay, so I'll let this go for a bit. Let's see if we can get ourselves into some trouble. Uh-oh. Oh gosh, what did I even do? Who knows where we are? We're upside down. All sorts of things are going on. Well, I'm stuck inside some crazy bubble. Okay, there we go. And we're slamming into our own station. Hey, you know what? We own the place. We're allowed to do that. Oh, I don't have any controls. That's why everything's so weird. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. My throttle's back now. Okay. Sorry about that little colliding issue. There we go. Let's take a look and watch our station for a minute. So we're getting the hang of station building. I think we're getting the hang of production. We're a little broke, so I think we need to let our traders do a little trading for a bit to get us some more money. Mission-wise, we have a couple missions open. We've got this Argon versus Xenon, which was to hunt for a certain ship, which was it was a P. Well, hang on a minute. We've attacked a bunch of Xenon Ps though. Does it have to be in their space? This scrunched up weird view that it gives you in the briefing. Well, maybe we have to have this mission active and then it maybe has to update our orders. I'm kind of at a loss on that one. Let's go back up into Argon Prime. I want to modify some of the weapons on this ship. I want to get rid of... I love the pulse cannon, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's a bit too unwieldy for very small ship combat. Although, yeah, to be fair, we're about to go look on attacking a P. But I want to see if there's kind of a middle ground between everything here. Anything happening in the system? I don't see any red. I love this engine we put on. We have a really long thrust time with this. And like a glove. Perfect. Yep, wrong button. So I want to take a look at some upgrades. Let's look at the different weapons we have. We have this Bolt Repeater Mark II. Got it. Which was doing an okay amount of damage. It wasn't as great as the plasma cannon was, but it's just that it's able to track faster. So I wonder if we just get 2 bolt repeaters, if we'll be okay. I really do like the plasma cannon. It does a ton of damage. It's just that it's a bit unreliable in terms of accuracy. So I think either that or a missile really would be good. I've not messed with missiles yet too much. What if we wind up doing something like this, a tracking launcher, and what if we change this over to the thing that kills shields, which I think was like the ion blaster? that should be able to knock shields down very quickly, and then we finish them off with a missile. What do you think about that? Let's see. This is going to cost us, we're going to get money back because we're selling the bolt repeater. What if we...
Data on drone detected.
what if we... It's just, it gives us the missile symbol.
Scanning your cargo hold.
Okay.
Detected contraband. Release your contraband immediately.
Hope they're not talking to us. We're not really paying attention.
Thanks for cooperating.
We can only carry 20 at a time. Oh man. I mean, I'm torn on that one. Let's try doing the heavy. Let's just see how it works out, because I've not experimented too much with a lot of these anyways. So we'll change this around. We get a little money back. Our traders are still trying to do stuff and trade, which is good. We could try, yeah, we'll try to find a Xenon P. We might fly into their space or just look around, because we actually should be seeing any combat, because we have a lot of sensors everywhere. Although it would be nice maybe to put a... Oh, we do have one here. We do have a satellite right inside the Xenon jump gate. Although I don't... Maybe they just spawn in the middle of nowhere. Why don't we also... Where's our guy that was really fast? It's under the... Here it is, right? Yeah, satellite. Let's give you an order to explore True Sight. And then let's give you an order to explore True Sight. And then let's give you an order to explore True Sight. I know it's... The exploration doesn't quite get the area that I'm looking for sometimes, so I'll see if we can just give give it to everything. Give that exploration to all the areas in that zone, and we'll see if that does any better. Okay, we've got missiles. We are auto-saving, so that's going to take a couple seconds here. What else has been changed here? Fixed satellite coverage mission. I'm looking at the big list of fixes here. Reputation issues. There's so much stuff. It is actually really exciting to see. Well, hang on a minute. I don't see anything about... I don't see any option for our missiles. Was it... Nothing on that side. Now, guys, I'm just confused. Oh, you know what? Do we have to set this up? Tracking launcher. Here it is. Because I messed with all these things here. Ammunition, heavy guided missile here. There it is. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted. Let's get in a fight here somewhere. Who can we fight with? Although it actually would probably make more sense to put this on the secondary primary side. Like over on the left here. It's over here now, so both of these are selected. When I press space, I only fire this, and I probably just have to uncover what my secondary fire is. Next group, fire primary, fire secondary. It's L and R. Okay, why don't we just change that to the side button too? I don't think I'm doing anything with that at the moment. Maybe we have to have a target in order for that to happen. Okay, let's head down to Xenon space maybe. Try to get ourselves a little exploration going. I would love to do some of this in our big ship, our the Pone, but I'm really nervous. I have seen those things melt under sustained fire, so I am a little wary of taking our big bad out and about. And the fact that I don't quite seem to understand how to order the missiles to fire. Again, I do think that's a crew thing. Because we added a missile onto this ship, and it worked just fine to add it to the weapon configuration. So I think the turrets and things like that are automatically fired, but 2 missiles are not going to get us a lot of kills yet. There is some kind of ship here. It's a fighter in. Let's see if we can get a fight with this to test out our new fancy equipment. Let's go pick a fight. Oh, there's a lock on. Okay, so we have a lock now, which is good. We need to knock his shields down first. Missile locked. Fire. Okay, let's see how good this missile does. I already lost track of the missile. There it goes. Oh, nice. Okay, then. Well, one missile apparently is enough to completely destroy a Xenon scout in one shot. That's nice to know. We might be overdoing it with the size of the missile, but I'm kind of bummed about the lack of missiles that we can have. So what else can we do? I did like having that on board here. Our traders are still making money. Yeah, I think before next episode, I'll set myself up to go into Xenon space, and we'll get ourselves heading that direction. I think this is okay to take a cut in here. We have been working on quite a lot of station stuff on this episode, so I don't want to make this too long, but I hope that, I apologize for lacking videos here. I was having some trouble recording, but now that I've got the recording figured out and the quality figured out, I think I'm going to get back into some heavy X4 play, especially they're updating the game at a frantic pace, so I'm really excited to see I mean, this patch log is absolutely huge. So a lot of things that have been changed that were a little buggy. I'm starting to see, we were seeing more and more combat in the supposedly safe zones, which was nice. Wow, this Satellite Master has been beat up a little bit. I might have to have him repair pretty soon. So yeah, I will be back in another episode fairly quickly, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Also, because I am doing some things differently with the recording and the sound, please let me know if there are any issues in either the video quality or the sound quality. And thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.